Howdy folks, I'm Rebecca Jolly. This is Jolly Alchemy. Today I'm going to be doing a neutrino forecast for Monday, the 4th of August, 2025. So let's get into it. We are at the height of refinement. So not only a refinement scarf is necessary, but also refined hair. Hey, sort of a coincidence that today was the day to get all into putting the hair up, but it actually goes with the theme, so I'm using it. We're in the final line today of this cross of refinement. And so we're going to be looking at the highest levels of that, where refinement is not only something that we're thinking about, but actually trying to bring into our bodies and into ourselves. 33, line 6 is disassociation, the ability to let go and retreat. So this is when retreat has reached its final form. You're not thinking about retreating anymore. It's just something you're doing. You're just going in retreat and you're letting everything go. So maybe this is the day to think about retreat or even do some retreating. 19.9, going with that, reclusiveness. Reclusiveness that avoids contacts. So today might be a day to just chill and not do a bunch of things with other people, if that's possible for you. In whatever way it is possible. And when it comes to this final edge of refinement, I've said before that it's about place. It's about having our own place, having a place that you can go to, that you can retreat, that you can fill up with stuff and make okay for you. But there's a very important aspect of aesthetics to it as well, and beauty and the purpose of beauty. And something that I've learned from Humun Design is that the purpose of beauty is to lead us to truth. This I did not know, but it's apparently a very important thing for me. So, okay, I'm learning. But I wanted to give you this little quote from Ra here. He says, "Everyone needs to keep in mind that in not paying attention to the world we live in, we diminish ourselves. It's very, very important to pay attention to the aesthetic environment that you live in and the quality of the aesthetics of your environment. Beauty heals." So, truth heals. Everybody can achieve that kind of insular beauty as long as they recognize how important it is for them. So this is actually very important for me because I'm just starting to figure out how this messiness and clutter that I have around my house and have had for a long time, ever since I was a little kid, and my father would do inspections of our rooms to make sure that they were clean. Well, ever since I left and got into my own space, then I started having these challenges of, where am I going to put it? What am I going to do with it? Where's it going to sit? Clutter. We all have a lot of that. Not all of us, but many of us have issues with clutter. And I'm learning now that that is actually a problem, because beauty and order lead to better healing. So maybe that's been contributing to some of my problems. Something to think about. Our moon today starts off in 5-2, equanimity, to keep one's head when equanimity is indicated. So that's nice. And again, we're in here in this 5th gate where we are starting to approach the subject of balance and rhythm and order and ritual. And so then this level is just naturally staying level and staying organized or orderly. The moon will be moving after it's done with 5 into 26. 26 is the classic gate of the great taming power, coming out of the willpower center here. And that's about influence, persuasion, maybe even manipulation. And then through to 11, the gate of ideas. That's coming out of the mind here on the collective side. And it's often about ideas for others when somebody carries it themselves. But when we have this activation, that's giving the whole world a chance to have an access to, ooh, I had an idea, ooh, idea. So see if some ideas come to you today. especially towards the end of the day, because I think 11 is still reaching into the beginning of tomorrow. It depends on where you are on the planet. So, time-wise, we're talking just general. These are energies passing through. All right, so then we come to Mercury, still in retrograde. In fact, it's retrograded from 6 down to 5, so 31 line 5. And again, we're talking about this gate of the Alpha, this leadership. I think that's the one. Yeah, I was confused which one's on top and bottom there, but it is, yeah, Alpha. Attitude, leadership according with inner attitude. So you have to have a good attitude on the inside to be able to lead well on the outside. Something to remember. And our Venus energy, and again, this is one of our people energies, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are energies we're feeling more through people than ourselves. But be sensitive. See what you can feel. 52.1, the bare edge of it. So I'll read you 52.1, but we're also going to look at 52.2 because very soon it's going into that. So 52.1 is think first, pacification that leads to silence. And 52.2, coming right after that, is consideration, to pause out of consideration. Now 52, the 52nd gate, is what I call mountain stillness. It is right here, this Yeah, it's this side. And whenever I'm doing this backwards, I'm a little bit like, which side is which? But this is right. So it's here on this side, this little orange activation, and it's what I call mountain stillness. It's basically the ability to sit and concentrate. So we have two aspects of this concentration running through our energy today. The very first line, which is always giving us some insight into the line. So the insight would be, as you're concentrating, think first, yeah, and take a moment, and then to what? Pause out of consideration. So I thought initially that consideration meant like how we use the word consideration, like out of thoughtfulness of somebody else, but it's really to think of something, consider something, that kind of consideration. And our 46 is, or our Mars is also switching from 6 line 6 to 46.1. 46 is a new gate for us. We have not seen this since I've started doing the transits, but I carry this gate and I love it. So this is it's not always a good thing. Nothing in human design is, but it's right here coming out of the G center. This is the love of the body, or serendipity, being able to be in the right place in the right time. And as with human design, most things are on or off. So it could be about always being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I have somebody who kind of is always trying to find me, and he always seems to show up at the wrong time. So, and he's got that gate. It's just he's living out the shadow side of that over and over again. So 46.1 is being discovered. Dedication in obscurity, that is discovered. And it's interesting. I know someone who has this activation, this exact line in their chart, and she's a young musician. So it's in her unconscious north node. So I'm very curious to see after she turns 40 if she will be discovered as a musician and achieve some level of fame in that direction. So it's very, I'm interested to see how that works out. So we're feeling that energy. So what that means potentially for you and I is that we have the possibility of something that we've just been quietly doing on our own and interested in could be discovered. Perhaps this channel will be discovered by someone. We'll see. It does seem to be growing, and I think that's very cool that this project that I started really for me and myself and my own learning is actually maybe able to be of use to someone else. So if it is, cool. I'm happy for that. All right, we do have a slight shift in the global energies as well today. 39.3, which we just went into. And everything's so much in retrograde now that it seems weird for this one to be moving so fast, because we just had it at, 2 days ago? What was it? 3. Yeah, okay, it's been a little while. Oh, yeah. So Wednesday, it's shifted from 2 to 3. We held 3, and now it's moving to 4. So, okay, it hasn't been that long. I mean, it's been a while. 39.4 is temperance, careful assessment before provoking. So we have this energy of provocation. That energy is on this side here, coming out of the root in the middle channel towards the emotional center, and it's about provoking the spirit in order to find the quality of the consciousness. And it's ultimately to inspire people, but on its way to inspiration, it's a little prickly. So I was just talking with a friend who had a fight with her partner, and I really believe it had a lot to do with this provocation energy going around around the planet right now. So take it easy on each other. Understand that there is a prickly energy moving in the whole planet as long as we have this Jupiter in 39, anywhere in 39 really, but 39 is one of those things. Like I said, there's no judgment in human design, but there are things that tend to be a little bit more difficult to carry as a load, as a burden, and this 39 is definitely one of them. It's not necessarily having to be that way, but because of the way our society is, it tends to be that way. And this provocation is one of those ones. It can be inspirational, but before you're inspired by it, you're a little provoked by it. You're a little poked by it in your little soft, tender, weak spots. So, yeah, be kind to each other. Our song today is Putting Down Roots by Martin Harley, and it has to do with settling and getting your own place. And since this whole area of retreat and refinement is about having your own place, settling down, making it nice, I thought, okay, this song, Putting Down Roots, and it played right at the very end of me writing out the things when I was writing out 39. So I was like, okay, the lyrics caught me. I went back and looked at the lyrics, and I thought, okay, that is a good song for today. So there it is. Martin Harley is who it's by. So check that out. And tomorrow we will be moving into a brand new section, brand new cross, and we're going to be looking some at the nature of leadership, or maybe the power behind the throne sort of energy. But looking forward to that. See you tomorrow.